Hi, I'm Fuzzy Logic and welcome back to my survival series. This is episode number 18. Oh, and say hello to my little friend.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not sure at what point he arrived, but he seems to be sitting in this boat for some time. I haven't really been paying much attention to it, but today I want to work in this area. So whether or not he stays, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll move him for now and give him a name tag. So last episode about this beautiful tower, and I've spent quite a lot of time in between episodes hiding it. Yeah, as you can see, I've done quite a bit more work on the mega base at the top here. Let's have a little fly around here and show you what I've been up to. The first thing is that you may have noticed I've been doing a little bit of digging out here. And once I started to clear out this little area, I realised that I didn't really like the wall. The wall originally went across in a straight diagonal here. So yeah, I took it down and put a curve in, and I think this is so much better. It looks really nice, and it connects up much more nicely with the tower down here. So I also put in another tower over here, mirroring the ones over the bridge, and I'm really loving the way in which you can actually just flow from one to the other now. Yep. Now in here, I've also put in a little stairs, just temporarily, I suppose, at the moment, but that brings us down to a lower level, and the lower level then leads nicely into the big base of the tower. Still got a lot of work to do in here, but I'm not going to focus on that today. Some digging out to do. Maybe I'll do that in a live stream. I've still got a lot to do on the inside as well. Back over here at my usual vantage point. I'm really pleased with how this came out, and I love the texture of this wall now with all the buttons and everything else. Looks really, really nice. The tower needs a little bit more work, a little bit more feature, a little bit more detail, but I'm pretty happy with where it is at the moment. And I'm probably going to live with it for a little bit and look at it and figure out exactly what I need to do. But yeah, that's one of the things I've been up to. The other things that I've been working on are actually over in this area. So let's fly down and take a look. So in my lovely farmhouse, obviously I have been using my masons upstairs. But down here, the sheep farm had been neglected somewhat. So what I decided to do is to tidy up the storage system, and down now underneath here, so much tidier. I've now got lovely organised. Change the colours of the sheep up above and just trickling in some of the weirder colours. Perfect timing. Very satisfying. So this should keep me supplied with wool for probably forever. This is tidy enough for now. I'm happy with that. Now, the other thing that I was up to was actually to do some preparation. In here, in my village breeding system, set up a little collection and delivery system, and I spent a bit of time just sort of working out and giving some of the villagers some jobs and breeding them up. And this armourer here, doing very nicely with the armour. We've got some good weapons here. That one's not too bad. And a nice axe, a nice sword. And then this one, tried to get a better sword, but wasn't really successful. He may end up retiring, but we'll see. At the moment, I'm keeping them down here because they haven't got anywhere to live. Thought about putting them up in the upper floors of the farmhouse, but didn't quite feel right. I've got the masons up there. So what I really want to focus on, as I said earlier, is this area in here. My plan was always to make this area into sort of like a harbour. And so I want to build up this area a little bit, start doing some planning and lay out some little houses, or lay out some plans for some houses. But it's getting towards night time, so I think it's time to sleep first. So ever since I spotted this area, it just felt like a harbour to me. It felt like a sort of a nice, lovely bay here. I might extend it out a little bit further to give me a bit more space. But I want to start laying out the town area that sits outside of the mega base. It is looking majestic against the sunset, I have to say. Lovely. Actually, nighttime is the perfect opportunity for me to show you the other parts that I've been doing. It's in here. Yeah, I did a floor. This is a beautiful design that I found online. I'll credit the website in the description. But I love this floor. It looks so grand. And I think it's a perfect sort of starting point for this really grand room. it looks really great from up here as well. I do have to think about what to do with the beacon. Don't think I want them coming up through the floor, but maybe. All in all, very happy with how the base is coming along. Just before I do have a little snooze. I am running a little bit low of resources again. The Blackstone I think I've got covered. I just need to go and AFK my gold farm for a bit. In terms of the copper deep stone, I wasn't sure it was going to be enough. But I had a thought that because I've now upgraded to 118, below the base, below y equals 0, is now new uncharted territory. And so I thought, oh, I know, I'll just go down into my mines and start digging down. And it still looked like the void. So, but in actual fact, and I have to be a little bit careful because I don't really want to fall in here. There is a whole world down here. There's an enormous cavern by the look of it, with lava lakes and everything. So I do want, quite tempted to go and explore this, but we'll see. If I get to it this episode, great. But it looks a little scary down there at the moment. So maybe later. The slime farm is also something I need to work on. I had to come down here and clear it up. It was overflowing crazily. So I came down here and turned all of the slime into slime box, and it's already starting to backfill up again. So I'm going to probably have to do something about that as well. I can connect out to my storage system. We'll see. But for now, got lots of planning to do, lots of building to do. Probably also need to move this. Good time to sleep, and then we'll get started in the morning. Ooh. Where's he gone? Strange. No idea what could have happened. No idea at all. Absolutely no idea. None whatsoever. No, well, actually, it turns out that invisibility potions don't work on creepers. I was intending to move him, sail him around a bit, plonk him somewhere else. But, yes. He went boom. And because I wasn't wearing any armor, I nearly died. So, lucky to be alive. Anyway, lots of layout to do, lots of digging to do. So I think this is going to be best done in a time lapse. Let's go. Lots achieved during that time lapse, and lots more done afterwards as well. From here, it doesn't look very different. As I get closer, we'll see that some other bits and pieces render in, giving just a little bit more detail. And I really like it. I think it looks really good. I've added a few extra things, changed out the deck along here for a wood one, getting some extra windows at the top up here. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with how it's all come out. I also did a little bit more digging in the bay, dug out some of this area. I think I might still take some of this down a little bit further, but it's pretty nice. And experimenting a little bit with some additional features on the walls over there. I think it fits in really nicely with the area. So let's go take a look inside. It's not finished, I'll let you know. But from over here, it looks really lovely as well. I'm liking the entrance. Obviously, need to do a little bit of terraforming at the front here. But inside, completely unfurnished. But now got some ceilings and some floors, which I think makes it feel very finished. Obviously, I need to make sure I actually populate it a little bit. There's a little door leading out to the back, and then another floor at the top here up in the roof, which I'm really pleased with. I'm really happy with the way this looks. It feels very cozy in here. Yeah, so a nice cozy place. I think my plan is to turn it into sort of a tavern or a sort of an inn. Maybe put a bar in at the back here, have some villagers working in there. But we'll see how it goes. Now, made some changes to the front, as you can see, but the biggest changes were out to the back. When I watched the time-lapse back, I thought it doesn't really look it just looks a bit dull. So I made some changes to the back, and I'm happier with it. I like the addition of the chimneys, and this little extra bit poking out here. It gives it a little bit more depth. And it's a nice little sort of run through to this little section of the map over here. Yep, really happy with how this has turned out. The whole bay area, the whole sort of harbour area, very, very pleased with. And it's just starting, really. My plan is to get a lot more buildings in and around this area, make it feel much more closed in and more like a town. So looking at it from the bridge here, I think this is probably going to be the largest building in the area. There's probably going to be a couple more smaller ones in this little space around here, and maybe one or two just at this edge, and then a few more in the back. Most of this side will then just have bits and pieces to do with sort of harbour life, and you know, it's maybe the odd boat, slightly more impressive boat than that one. In the harbour, on this side, I think I'm going to need to tackle the melon and pumpkin farm structure, and I'm probably going to build this out a little bit. This may become a slightly more defensive feature rather than a operational feature. I don't know yet. And then who knows, maybe I'll extend the harbour out on this side as well. I think there's still a lot of work to do, but it's been a really, really positive start. So I was looking down from the bridge over there, and I realised there's an awful lot of torch spam on these new sections. So I thought I'd just play around with a few little designs, maybe try and put some lighting in here. Okay. And I wonder what you think. I'm not entirely convinced at the moment. I think it's pretty close to what it should be. And then, one of those and one of those. And as you can see, I've built a few along here, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I think the lighting is just about right. I was probably going to slab this out anyway, lower slab this out, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, just trying to get a bit of a feel for how this is going to look when it's got a little bit more detail, a little bit more hustle and bustle. So I quite like them. Maybe there's too many of them at the moment, but it certainly beats the torch spam anyway. Maybe I should wait for night time and see how they look. I think this might be my new favourite view. Yeah, I'm quite liking the way the lights work, actually. Wasn't sure if I needed the end rods. I could swap them out for lightning rods, I suppose. Maybe I'll try that in between episodes. Now, it seems as if it's bright enough to stop mob spawning. I like the fact that it's slightly dark. Change the mob spawning mechanic in 1.18 means that so long as the light block isn't 0, you shouldn't get mob spawning. Which means that the torch spam might be able to be significantly reduced. I quite like this. Let me see if I've got any barrels. Right, there's been a lot of rain in this episode. Okay, let's just sleep the night away. Get rid of this rain. Hello. Let's switch these out as well and see how it looks. I don't know actually. Don't know which ones I prefer. I do love the pile of barrels though. That's a nice little touch. But which one? I can't decide. Why don't you let me know in the comments? Copper or end rods? I don't know. But I do like the design, and I think this whole area is going to be amazing once I've actually finished everything off. But it's a fantastic start, and I think this is where I'm going to finish the episode. Didn't quite get to the slime farm this time around or exploring, but I think I'll explore the caverns over on Twitch. Come and check me out over there if you like. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Thanks very much for watching. See you later. Bye.